What's up, gang? How we doing? It is almost time for Kitsune's brother. I'm excited. In an odd turn of events, the last run and this upcoming run are going to be two people that I have met in person. So, that's a little interesting. Hi, CC. During my quick little moment away from talking to you wonderful people, I had to go get ready on the audio, but I also picked up some fruit snacks and a drink. So, you guys have a favorite brand of fruit snacks? I usually just buy the Welch's fruit snacks, and I just like eat the whole package at once. I don't do the separation. I used to do the separation thing, but now I just shove the entire package of fruit snacks in my mouth at the same time. Guys, I don't want to forget what we're donating for, because while you're donating for CJ to wear a Wario cosplay, did you know that you're also donating towards Save the Children, the charity that we're supporting? Did you know that with just $50, Save the Children can supply a home water filter so girls spend their days in schools and not fetching water? Could you imagine having to walk miles to get to your nearest water source? My nearest water source right now is a tap, and it's 10 feet away from me. But there's countries where there's children having to walk miles to go get water for the day. So let's keep those donations coming in. I don't want to damper the good time that we're having here, but hey, somebody's got to do it. So let's get some donations in, and also vote on your favorite ice cream. That's the poll going on right now. Looks like chocolate's in the lead on that one, with a tie for second right now between vanilla and Rocky Road. Pistachios right after that, but strawberry is very far behind. Y'all do not like strawberry. That's very funny, Potato. Yo, CC, my dad would be in Pistachio Gang. My dad loves pistachio ice cream. I don't know if he's watching right now. I know my parents were in chat earlier. If he's watching, shoutouts to you liking pistachio ice cream, I guess. Yeah, legit strawberry ice cream is delicious. Walmart brand strawberry ice cream, not great. I went on vacation with my wife this summer, and we went to a gelato place, and I got to try her strawberry gelato, and it was so good, man. I had chocolate and vanilla mixed together gelato. It was like pretty decent, but her strawberry one was really, really good. I'm not a huge fan of Rocky Road because I don't like nuts in my ice cream. I like nuts as a standalone feature. Yeah, Cat gets it. We might disagree about Taco Bell and Dairy Queen, but on nuts, we're on the same page. All right, guys. It looks like we're ready for Diddy Kong Racing. So I hope you guys are ready, because here we go.
Kabatiya way macaan yahay. Ari waa lahayn ari waxaa baabisay cimilada kulul iyo abaar dhulka ah anaga marka saas baa la soo guurnay. Awiya xanuustay xanuun baa ku dhacay shuun dad ah hooyo ka soo qaaday isbitaalkii keentay. caafimaad waa ilaa waa soo caafimaaday way fiican tahay marka la ciyaarayo waa ka qoslaysiyaa markastana waa la ciyaaraa waa nin mahad celiya oo ilaashan oo xanuunsan dhakhtarka noo geysan oo noo caafimaadiseen kulliin waa nin mahad celiya.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Speed Doxathon 2023. I'm here, joined by Seal, ready to do some Diddy Kong racing.
Hello.
Seal, go ahead and introduce yourself and let us know a little bit of what we're going to see.
So, as previously mentioned, my name's Seal. You may also know me as Marsh or Marsh Kip, depending on where you know me from. Today we will be running all trophy races, which is basically imagine if you were to speedrun Mario Kart doing Grand Prix. That's the idea here, basically. It's a relatively short run, a lot of cool tricks, as is pretty frequent in Diddy Kong Racing. I will try my best. But yeah, we're here to have fun. So, let's see. Are we good on a countdown?
Yep, we're good. You go ahead and count it down when you're ready.
All right. That'll be 3, 2, 1, go. So ordinarily, pretty frequently when you're doing all trophy races, you would do these races in reverse order of what I'm doing here. But on account of this being, you know, a marathon environment, I think this makes more sense, because the only reason you would do it backwards is for resetting runs if you're doing a lot. So we're gonna start with the pretty baby easy courses, relatively speaking, and we will work our way up to the ones that are not so baby easy.
Somebody that has tried this game, it's harder than speedrunners make it look. So
Oh yeah.
if you've never played this game, definitely give it a shot sometime.
This game is quite difficult. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Ordinarily, you would be playing this with music off because it's better for frame rate purposes. I can't be bothered since I'm nowhere near world record level anyways, so I just leave the music on because it's more enjoyable. This game's soundtrack is fantastic.
It really is. It has such a great soundtrack.
Yeah.
I got another question in chat for what are you playing as?
What are you playing as? So this is TT. He is a clock. He has by far the best stats in the game, and you have to unlock him by beating the developer times on every single time trial, which You know, for a speedrunner, it's not that big a deal, but for a casual player, getting TT is not easy. I mean, even a couple years ago when it's more than a couple years ago at this point, but a few years ago when I started playing this game, I had trouble unlocking TT. I didn't know how to do it. Some of those time trials are actually kind of brutal.
When I tried to play this game, I don't think I finished the third area. So I guess the third set of tracks that you'll be seeing in this run here.
Yes,
Is that right?
depending on which order.
Jungle Falls.
Not my best Jungle Falls start, I gotta say. If I don't fall in the water, I'll be happy, because I'm very prone to doing that. This is one of those games where, in the speedrun, you're kind of flirting with death the whole time. There's a lot that can go wrong. Like that. You could bonk the tree, it's pretty funny. Or, you know, the AI can block you, causing you to not get the bounce you expected, and then giving you a drift in the wrong direction. That's pretty cool. It's definitely my fault, but I'm gonna choose to pretend it's not. Okay, so here you're gonna see the one major, like, trick of the run, if I don't mess it up. This is Hot Top Volcano out of bounds. So, by using the booster and cartwheeling at the lava there, you just do a nice little out-of-bounds trick here. Now, you do still have to roughly follow the shape of the course. I'm not allowed to just drive past the goal like 3 times and call it good. I'm actually, so these red arrows and stuff that are popping up at the side of the screen, I'm using those to judge whether or not I am in fact in the correct place. The game would warn me, of course, if I started going the wrong direction. TT starts saying really sassy things to you when you go the wrong direction. But thankfully, not a problem this time. Just gonna pop back and bounce to go through these boosts. And that is Dino Domain done. Ordinarily, towards the end, in actually the last course of the game, Space 4 Alpha, there's another out of bounds, but on the version of the game that I happen to own, that out of bounds is actually not possible, so I do not get to do that one. Okay, so now we got a couple of hovercraft levels back to back. I will be the first to admit that as a speedrunner of this game, these kind of suck, dude. I am not a fan of hovercraft. It's like the only thing I don't like about this game is the hovercraft levels. I remember years ago, Trident, who is a very notable speedrunner of this game, tried to teach me how to hovercraft a little bit, but it never made sense to me, so here I am.
The hovercraft is really interesting here. But you know what else is interesting? The fact that we just got a $25 donation from Anonymous. Thank you, Anonymous, for the $25 donation.
Thank you, Anonymous. I have boosted too early, and I have slammed into a rock. Thankfully, in this run, you actually don't have to hovercraft that much. in 100%, which is the category that I have run a lot more, just on account of the fact that you play the game more, you have to hovercraft more, but also there's some overworld movement that you hovercraft for, just because it's faster than going to get the plane at the time. Because there are some overworld races with the genie, one for each vehicle type, and one of them is a hovercraft race, obviously. And after the hovercraft race, you do need to get to where you're going next, and instead of getting the plane, you just stay in hovercraft, and I'm really bad at that overworld movement in the hovercraft as well. I'm just bad at hovercraft, really. That's what it comes down to.
This seems like it'd be a real thumb killer on joints there, moving the stick back and forth the whole time.
Oh, yeah, so this game, what's really a thumb killer is not the hovercraft, actually, but in car, you mash the A button the entire time. You never stop mashing the A button, because it is just faster than holding the A button.
That's something that, if you are struggling to beat this game or like play this game, that's something that anybody could just do to try to get a better time, is doing some tapping.
Oh yeah, for sure. But it's I don't know, I think it's like somewhere between 10 and 20% faster than just driving. It's like actually ridiculous how good it is.
Do you not do the tapping with the hovercraft or the plane?
So plane, I'm not 100% sure. I think plane, if you like kind of hold A in shorter bursts, like maybe, I don't know, half a second you hold A and then you tap A again and you hold it for half a second, I think is what's technically optimal. I don't do that, because I never found the way that apparently makes it faster than just holding A. Hovercraft, you do also tap A, but a bit slower than the car. And it's also a lot riskier in hovercraft because of the way speed works, because if you happen to lose your speed from tapping A, which you will in hovercraft if you're not careful. I got distracted talking, I missed the boost. If you lose your speed in hovercraft, it takes a while to get it back up, is the point of what I'm trying to say here.
I feel like the hovercraft tapping plus zigzagging is like akin to the can you pat your head and rub your stomach at the same time?
Kind of.
But then also drive a race course.
Really, the hard thing for me with hovercraft is after boosts, you have like a very specific time you need to go back to holding A, or you just you either lose all your speed or you get like none of the speed from the boost because you were holding A. So it's pretty complicated. I do see people talking about an incentive for all boss races. If you want to set that incentive up, I would gladly do it. Oop, I reopened the menu.
Trophy race. Everthrust P.
Do you have a favorite set of courses in the trophy race? So you can like Snowflake Mountain here or whatever.
Yeah, so I think overall my favorite set of courses is what will be coming next to, which I can't think of the name of for some reason. But the next set of courses, it has Boulder Canyon, Greenwood Village, Windmill Plains, and Haunted Woods. Greenwood Village and Haunted Woods are probably my two favorite courses in the game, so just having those two.
All right, we have confirmation. For anybody that's not reading chat, they're just watching, hanging out. First of all, there's a donate link in the chat, and you might want to donate towards it if we get $50 more from where we are right now. So you don't have to put this in the donation track or anything. If if we hit $4,330, then we're going to do the all bosses races at the end of this run. Thank you for volunteering that as well, Steve.
Yeah, I like the boss races anyways, so... Just so we're aware, though, when I say all boss races, I'm going to do all the races that are accessible from, like, a completed save file, which doesn't include the first time you fight the 4 main bosses, but I think that's fine. It's just duplicates of basically the same race. Because otherwise I'd have to start a new file, play up to the point where I can fight the bosses the first time, and that's going to take a while. I'll even give you guys a nice freebie double showing on one of the bosses, because one of the bosses has a pretty ridiculous trick where you skip the whole race. So I'll show you that first, and then I'll just actually race the boss. Hope chat likes coin flips. I gotta not be looking at chat, because every now and again I see somebody say something really funny and I get distracted.
So, if you were on the hovercraft, you'd be zigzagging, tapping, driving, and reading chat, and getting distracted.
Correct. I do think, like, at an optimal level, plane is probably harder than hovercraft, but there's just, like, a baseline, like, learning curve you gotta break through with hovercraft. Which is really, not my favorite, but... So one thing I haven't really talked about yet, is... Okay. Sorry, I got a little distracted by what just happened to me. One thing I haven't really talked about yet is banana routing. So, if you didn't know, bananas up to 10 in each course will make you go faster. So even though in isolation the left route is faster on this course, on the first lap you take the right route because it lets you get 8 bananas if you're not dumb like I am. And there's a few places like that. For example, back in Hot Top Volcano where I went out of bounds, technically you actually ordinarily would only go out of bounds like halfway through the first lap after you collect a bunch of bananas, but again, that's one of those things where it's like, it's such a small difference in terms of speed, and it can slow you down a lot if you're not playing pretty perfect. I missed the boost. I'm really gaming today. So this is a course in particular where having music off is a little advantageous because this course runs at about 7 FPS normally. Unfortunately, I have made my bed, and as such I will lie in it, because I felt like turning music off for a marathon would be kind of lame.
This level got me a lot when I tried to beat this game.
Yeah.
I struggled very hard with this one.
This might be one of the hardest casual maps in the game.
Speaking of casuals, we got a donation from me, actually. I said I want to see more content. So $10, that's 10 out of 50 for the bosses, and then we're sitting at 50 out of 100 for CJ's Wario cosplay. So,
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, you're good. Let's get more donations in there. And for $5, I'll do my best. No, wrong way.
Something that can unfortunately happen pretty often in this game is if you're drifting over like a particular type of geometry, Unfortunately, what can happen is it'll turn your drift the other direction, and it's very controllable. It's not like it's RNG, but it's definitely something that happens to me quite frequently, and I'm always very annoyed. I do see my sister asking about honking in chat, and I only assume what she's talking about is the fact that in this game, so basically how the NPCs work, they're on a set path, but sometimes they'll do something that can be like triggered by RNG. And those things that trigger them, there's some things that do it passively, but oh, I didn't want that balloon. There's some things that do it passively, but there's also some things you as the player do that specifically, you know, activate it. And one of them is honking. So if I were to sit here mashing honk, you would probably hear the NPCs start shooting a lot of missiles, and we'd see a lot more oil and mines around than usual because honking can activate them to do that. I remember when I first started speedrunning this game and that got explained to me, I was like, you have to be joking, right? That's not real. But no, it's real.
That's so funny.
The only reason I ever found out is because when I first started speedrunning this game, I had a tendency to just like mash honk as I was going around, and I don't remember, it was either Giz or it was Trident who was in my chat, and I was like, they were like, you know, by doing that you are like substantially hurting yourself, right? And I was like, no. And they were like, yeah, NPCs are gonna be shooting at you way more often when you do that.
By the way, guys, I just got notification that at $4,750. I know that's a little bit of ways. I understand. When we hit that, we're going to hit that, there is a new milestone for the Speed Docs Game Jam Fun Time, where CC and CJ do basically a marathon of every game that they've ever ran together. So, let's get donated for that. That means a lot more content for us to enjoy, and it'll feature some host commentators' friends. So let's hit that too. And again, we're working on a lot of donation incentives all at once, just from a single donation. So let's do it.
So this is Greenwood Village. This is, you probably wouldn't have seen this playing casually because you didn't, I don't think you made it this far.
That's correct, yeah.
In my opinion, this is probably the hardest stage casually. Mostly for the silver coin challenge. So there's this weird like little forest part. And right after this, there's a part where you have to make a 90-degree left turn. I'm about to pass it. So on the left there's another entrance to this like tree that I'm in right now, and there's a coin in there. And you are going to lose a lot of speed getting that if you're not really good. Now, thankfully in this run, I don't have to worry about that. I just have to, you know, run into walls as I tend to do.
So I'm pretty sure the answer is not the hovercraft, but which vehicle is your favorite?
Car, not even close.
All right.
I appreciate what plane and hovercraft bring to the run, but car's my favorite by far. Stuff like what just happened to me is part of why I don't like planes so much, because your fastest way of movement, if you can get on a straight enough line, is always going to be cartwheeling. But I don't know, I just don't enjoy the mini game of having to like find out exactly where I can and can't squeeze a cartwheel, which is like, I don't hate it, I still enjoy playing, but I like car way more. Car's a little more straightforward, but still very mechanically difficult. I do definitely respect what playing brings to the table, though. Oh my god, that was really bad. Alright. Now, despite the fact that this is my favorite stage in the game, I'm almost notoriously bad at this stage. It's very difficult. A lot of people tend to struggle with this one because the boosts they're just in such tight corridors that it's like, hypothetically you can totally just blow through this stage, like if you're task skill level, but it is not easy to do so, especially if you get stuck on geometry like I just did. No! Okay, that was a pretty bad first lap. Or that can happen. I'm not playing my best today, but that's okay.
The oil or the missiles probably don't help very much. We know that the speed boost does, but is there any way that the force power up shield?
Sorry, what did you just ask me? I didn't really understand that question so much.
my mic was a little far away from my
yeah.
face. That didn't help. I said the oil and the missiles aren't going to be too helpful during the run. And the speed boost is obviously helpful during the run, but the fourth power-up, the shield thing, is that helpful anywhere in the run?
So there's actually 5 power-ups, because there's also magnet.
Heck.
But the shield, there is one place in this run where it's useful, and there's one place, one extra place in 100% where it's useful. So on the last stage of this run, Spaceport Alpha, there is, I got shot. There is a one place where you can, the course is just shooting things. Oh my god, this run's not starting off very well. There's one place where the course is just shooting things as a hazard, that it just happens to be useful to boost through it, and then also pop a shield that you happen to boost through. Now, there's totally ways to navigate around it where you're not ever at risk of being hit, but the shield can make it a little easier. It's one of those things where it's like, you can do this, but it's not strictly necessary to do it. And it's technically probably faster not to. Ordinarily, it doesn't matter because you just go out of bounds in Spaceport Alpha, but I cannot do that. My copy of Diddy Kong Racing is not built strong enough to do that. Also, yes, we are in Future Funland, last set of levels in the run. Also, hardest. So if you're gonna see any major, I haven't made any super major mistakes so far. But if you're gonna see anything disastrous happen, it's definitely gonna be here. Like there, ordinarily I would definitely be trying to squeeze in cartwheels. At this point, I'm kind of just trying to make sure nothing super dumb happens that I lose a bunch of time for. Now this is Darkwood Cavern. This one's a very well-liked stage, both for its music and its atmosphere, and honestly, it just feels good to drive on most of the time. Darkmoon Cavern's music is like an absolute banger, though. Now, unfortunately, this stage does run into the issue of the the whole music on frame rate thing, but even with music off, honestly, the frame rate here isn't that good.
I had to listen to stream audio real quick to remember what this song sounded like.
Oh yeah, it's super good. Definitely a big fan favorite. It's a lot like oh my god, Drift, work with me. It's a lot like if you've ever played Bomberman Hero. There's a song in that game called Redial. Very good, very popular song. This song does also get used for credits, yes. That was like one of my worst Darkmoon Caverns laps ever, actually.
We did end up just getting another $10 anonymous donation with no comment. But I'll take that as them wanting me to do a TT impression. No, wrong way. I'm not very good with impressions.
Can I get you to say, he goes, unlucky?
Hold on, let me look that up and then I'll do it.
Yeah, so if you bash into something in the time trials, he starts talking trash.
Star City.
No, I missed the boost again. What am I doing? This is Star City. I was practicing this right before the run, and I was playing terribly, so let's hope I can play a little better. I'm not really playing better yet. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm fine. I got it. See, the thing is, some of these mistakes, it's like, that was disastrous, and then I think about it, and it's like, I lost like 3 seconds. I'm fine. Now, if I fall off this thing here, that's a disaster.
I found it.
Okay.
Unlucky.
Thank you. I kind of wish there was a cheat code that would make TT just talk trash, like, always when you're playing the game, not just when you're playing time trials. But there is not, in fact, a cheat code that does that.
That would be really good. Also, something else that's really good. We just got a $30 donation from JR that says, make CJ wear Wario cosplay, which both puts us in the money for being able to do the all bosses after this run here, Seal. So
Cool.
we'll be sure to be doing that out of it. And then also we're $10 away from getting that CJ Wario cosplay. Come on, guys, we're right there. We can get it during this run. I want to see it.
I assume it's okay if I run to the bathroom for like a minute before I do the bosses.
I'll allow it.
Okay, thank you. Oh, I got shot randomly, which really messed with me there. Little disastrous actually, but that's fine. I actually don't know that I've ever had an NPC randomly shoot me there. So this is what I was talking about, where I have that shield that's actually useful. By the way, this is the last course of the run, so once I cross the 3rd lap here, that's time. This is only lap 2, so it's not time yet. I will also yell time when it's time. And time.
Nice.
Nice.
Good run.
What's final time?
Looks like it's approximately 31:46.
That's 8 seconds slower than my PB, so...
Oh yeah? Nice.
Yeah, my PB is like a 31:38 or something.
That's really good. That's a marathon run to be proud of for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely made a lot of mistakes, but I also just played well for the most part. Anyways, I'll be back in a moment, and then I can get those bots races set up. So give me just a sec.
And while we're waiting on Seal to use the restroom real quick and then do the boss races, how are you guys feeling about Diddy Kong Racing? I think my favorite thing about this game is the soundtrack still. You could just have such a good time just listening to this soundtrack. There's not very many soundtracks that I feel that way about, and this is definitely one of them. Other ones that I really like include like the Kingdom Hearts soundtracks, like the full series soundtrack together. I like all of it. I guess you can look at any game individually as well in that, but I really like the Kingdom Hearts music. Yoshi's Woolly World, which I ran on Saturday. Really like that music as well. Many people know me to be a major Sonic the Hedgehog hater, but one thing that they always get really good is the music. I really love Sonic music. I think like Sonic Adventure, Sonic Adventure 2, Sonic Frontiers, I really liked the soundtrack to that game. So I think those are some of my favorite soundtracks. I'll definitely see some.
Okay, I am back.
Welcome back.
Thank you. So, I don't know if we're gonna use a timer or anything for this. I don't think there's like a category for this actually.
Okay. We don't need one. We're fine.
Sure.
Let's do it.
First, let me see if I can show you Tricky Skip though. So it is for this specific boss. This trick is actually so dumb that oh, that's not what I wanted to do. This trick is so dumb that it pretty much single-handedly advented people wanting to play this game glitchless. So what you do is you just kind of drive up this and hope that you happen to be there at the right time, which I'm not this time. You will know when I get it because it will say wrong way even though I'm driving the correct way up the track, and then the race will just end if I get it. Nope. Now, I'm sure there's a better way to be doing it than what I'm doing right now, but it's been a while, so we're just gonna we're gonna drive at this wall until it works. That was really bad. If it works, okay. I was gonna say, if that one works, I'll be a little upset. Yeah, it's a dumb trick, so I didn't explain it fully. Basically, at the top of the race, there's a checkpoint, basically. Need to go much further back into the corner. Thanks, guys. It's been a while. Okay, let me just restart race, because I'm going to actually lose at this rate. I haven't ran this category in a couple years, so it's been a while since I've actually thought about how to do this trick. Is that... Oh. Wait, was I... Yeah. And now the race ends. Hooray, I have defeated Tricky.
We did it.
Okay. Yeah, it's been a while since I've actually raced any of the bosses, so little rusty. Now I will attempt to show you the race as it is supposed to be done. And yes, that trick was a decent amount of why I stopped playing 100%. And it's also a decent part of why a lot of people stopped playing 100%. So, without that trick, this race is pretty straightforward. You kind of just drive up the mountain in a circle. That's about all there is to it. If you drive off the mountain, the race immediately ends, which is funny.
I feel like that needs, like, the Dark Souls "you died" text.
Yeah, that's kind of what it's like. Oh no. That's fine. I'm very ahead. Okay. But yeah, that trick is a little dumb. Not well liked by practically anybody who's played this game. All right, Taj. Give me the plane, please, sir. So that was tricky. Up next is Bluey. He's a walrus. I don't know that I've ever lost this race, ever. It's pretty... Like, even casually, this race is particularly comically easy, actually. There is an out-of-bounds trick here for speedrun, but it saves 2 seconds and is very difficult, so I never learned how to do it. Oh yeah, what you also may notice is that while you're near Bluey, your game's gonna be running at 4 FPS. The difficulty's baked into the hovercraft. You are correct, actually. But that's probably why they made this race so easy and not losable, is because they were like, man, hovercraft is kind of difficult. Let's just give them a freebie here.
I just realized we're pretty close to the end of this segment of the stream. It means CJ is up next, and I really want CJ wearing that Wario cosplay for $10 more. So somebody help me out, please.
Okay, so up next is Bubbler. This boss, a lot of people casually quit playing this game because of this boss. It is not... I think at a speedrun level, this boss isn't particularly dangerous. I could lose to it. It wouldn't surprise me that much, but... Wait, where am I going? It's this way. Oh yeah, if you didn't notice, that was a big TT walking around. Don't worry about it. People like...
older brother.
People like to joke that this sound that the octopus makes sounds like he's yelling alcohol. I've never really heard it, but I know a lot of people hear it and make jokes about it. In fact, in the Diddy Kong Racing speedrunning Discord, they have a soundboard that's just called alcohol that plays that sound. Yeah, I think he's just supposed to be laughing at you, but a lot of people say it sounds like him yelling alcohol. Really, so the thing about this boss that's usually hard is that you're behind him from the start of the race, and then you have to deal with his traps that he sets. But in speedrun, because TT's stats are so crazy, right at the start of the race, assuming you get the starter boost, you end up ahead of him immediately. So it's not so hard. Once you get ahead of him, he's not that fast. You just have to get ahead of him. Alright, so next here is going to be Smokey. Now, if I'm going to lose to one of the bosses, it's going to be this one, probably. This boss is genuinely difficult, even at a speedrun level, unless you do the out of bounds, which I was never able to get consistent at. Am I going into the wrong? No, I'm going into the right one. I just hit the wall. I was like, am I that washed up that I don't even remember which one's the correct place? No, I was correct. So this boss kind of has what I was just talking about with Bubbler, where if you get ahead of him, he's not that fast, but when you're behind him, he is a pain.
So we got a $10 donation from Buddy the Cat, which is CJ's cat. I don't know who's doing this, but it says, cannot miss the dress up. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, funny thing about this boss is whenever he shoots out a fireball, he goes, hmm. Which is very comical to me, but I wasn't gonna point it out unless somebody else said something first, because I figured nobody else would find it funny. This is one of those races where, like, if you do it optimally, it looks super sick. However, because I am terrified of this race, I always tend to play it pretty safe. As I'm sure any of the DKR players in here probably noticed. I didn't see the fire I just hit. Thankfully at this point, it's pretty impossible to lose, so... Okay. Now, to be fair, any of these next two bosses, like, any of the three bosses that were remaining before I did the dragon, I would always have a chance to lose to. I just think dragon was most likely to lose to. This is going to be Whizpig 1, which is a very tight car racing level. Now, when you're playing as TT, you do have room to make mistakes, but if you were to pick a worse character, literally one mistake makes the race pretty unwinnable. This course also has the whole frame rate thing pretty bad. Oh no, okay. If I fell off there, it was doomed. Oh my god, dude, Whizpig just punted me. He does that a lot, but I've never seen a punt quite so intense. This is another race, casually, is very, very difficult. How many bosses are there? There's one more after this, and then it's done. Game is running too well at a ton of rain. Yeah, frame rate's pretty bad here, unfortunately. That's definitely the biggest issue with Diddy Kong Racing, speaking generally, is that the frame rate is just a little, ugh. Thankfully, like I said, in speedrun, because you're playing as such a ridiculously fast character, minor mistakes don't really add up here. In terms of not being able to beat him. Obviously, it slows down your run, but it's not like right there, that little bit I ticked the water. If I was playing as Crunch, game's over.
That might have been part of my problem. I was playing as the turtle.
Okay.
Later is one of the slowest characters.
He's slow, but he has really good handling and acceleration. For the record, I just reset the game there because that's by far the fastest way to get where I'm going. Otherwise, we have to watch a very large cutscene there. This is the worst Taj talk of my life. So if you talk to him from the side like that, he runs to make it in front of you because he wants to stand in front of you when he's talking to you, and that he will just push you like practically forever if you are in a not good spot.
Future Funland.
What am I doing? What am I doing? It's behind the TT donor. Ay. Okay. So this is Wizpig 2, also quite difficult, and the only place in the run where the shield is like very useful. And I will talk about that once I get to the part of the lap where I actually use it. Oh, I didn't realize there was a rocket down there. I remember one of them being a rocket and one of them being a boost, but I thought it was the top one was the rocket and the bottom one was the boost. So, oops. Ow. Uh-oh. This isn't going that great, but it's okay. Okay, so right here, you grab this shield, and as you're going through this room, you pop the shield, because all of these do have actual hitboxes. Now, there are ways you can get through there without the shield, but it's not. I just prefer to grab the shield for safety's sake. Oh no. He laughs every time he passes you, so that's cool. Also, I got stuck on the geometry here, so I might actually lose here. A little tragic, actually. That can happen if you try to cut the corner too close. No, dude, I'm gonna lose. I'm definitely losing to Wizpig. Oh, I'm definitely losing to Wizpig. Not my best showing, I guess, but that'll happen when you haven't practiced a race in over 2 years. It's Jover. It's super Jover. I'm pretty sure it is actually not possible for me to catch up to him at this point, especially not like that. Oh, okay. Do I have time to try one more, or should I just pass it off?
Is it like a 5-minute race?
It's like a 2-minute race.
Oh, it's 2 minutes. We can do a 2 minute.
Okay, I'll try one more. I haven't raced Wizpig 2 in actually like 2 years, so a little not clean.
People paid $50 for this. We want to see Wizpig 2 get destroyed.
Okay, I'll try my best. I just need to not randomly get stuck on geometry this time, and I'll be fine. That's really what got me last time, is I was stuck on that, I was stuck on that little arc for actually like 5 or 10 seconds. Not clean, but it worked. Also, yeah, I see people talking about the music. This boss, very good music. There's a very good cover of it that's available on most streaming services where it's like super metalified. I'm a big fan. Also, I really blundered there, but it's fine. You can just ride the top of the room on the right a little bit and you won't get shot. If you do get shot, it is pretty devastating though. I just phased through that balloon, and I got stuck on a boulder. Okay. Suddenly there are stakes again. I was pretty safely ahead of him until that happened.
Keeping it close for the viewers.
Yeah, that's definitely what I'm doing here. Definitely very on purpose, I think. Okay. Were there time to be called, it would be there.
GG.
GG's. Not my best showing on the bosses, but the regular run I definitely can't be upset about.
Thanks for sticking around to show off the bosses as well.
Yeah, no problem. I'm glad I at least got to show you Tricky Skip, even though it's a really dumb trick.
Is there anything that you want to shout out? Anybody? Yourself even? You want to shout anything out before we pass it over to intermission?
Sure. If you want to watch me specifically, I stream at twitch.tv/SealSPL. Every now and again I remember my Twitch login to stream. Let's see, in terms of Diddy Kong Racing players, I don't know if he still streams super often, but Trident, obviously. Obayo's super good, Sweener's pretty good, but I don't know if he streams anymore. I saw him in chat earlier, so he can answer himself whether or not he streams. And as always, the Diddy Kong Racing speedrunning Discord, they're pretty cool people. Yeah, I think that's about all I've got to say.
All right. Well,
shout outs to charity.
Oh yeah, shout outs to charity too. Which, that one we're gonna keep shouting out for the entire rest of the day before we end it. The year. Wow, that's unfortunate. SDAT blues already setting in. Thank you again, Seal.
Yep.
And let's go ahead and kick it off to an intermission.
Cool. See you, everybody.